This is a HeadGum podcast.
You know what's smart? Checking Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds on car insurance. You know it's not smart? Not checking the weather before scheduling your end-of-year yard sale. Nobody's going to buy your old jeans and that guitar you never got around to playing if it's pouring rain outside.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois. Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Pretty little episode.
Hello, it's your friend Tig Notaro. I'm sitting here with my friend
Mae Martin, joining you and Thomas again.
That's correct. Yeah. Fortune is not here. We were supposed to do a full episode, but Fortune sold her house.
She's moving, but then she said, well, her internet's down. And I thought, she's having an orgy.
Yeah.
I know that line.
Yeah. Well, she didn't say my internet will be back up at 10:30.
Yeah.
But
after I shower.
But yeah, so we have pivoted to what is this called? I was going to call it a mini episode.
Yeah,
a pretty little episode. Yes.
Also, today was the first time in Handsome history that we logged on before Thomas. It was Tig and I just waiting for Thomas.
I was startled. Yeah.
It was a jump scare.
Wow. Thomas isn't here. Fortune isn't here. And we were just staring at each other.
We didn't say a word.
No, we were like, oh, it's you. It's you.
How are you doing anyways? I've never said that phrase in that way. It was a really weird, it was like if I was cast in something and that was the dialogue, they'd go, just do that again.
I said something that made me laugh because I had never said that in my life. And I wonder what it was. I left Stephanie a message this morning saying, oh my God. And I can't remember what it was. So apologies for that story that went nowhere, but
I liked it a lot.
Thank you.
I have a thing with a friend where if we use a word or something that we don't normally use in a text, we write in brackets inst, so INST, and it stands for I never say that. So it's like, so you'll be like, wow, that was appalling. And then in brackets, inst.
Inst.
Yeah.
And did you make up inst?
I think he did. I think he made up inst.
Okay.
Yeah. You're still trying to remember the...
Yeah, it was so subtle and not weird because other people say it all the time, but it's that thing of like it would never normally come out of my mouth, and for some reason it did on my morning walk today.
Was it Yas Queen?
I will jokingly say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephanie's still in London, so I have to leave her voice memos when something funny happens. She always makes fun of me because when I get a coffee to go somewhere, I don't get a lid. Have I told you this?
That's very interesting.
Well, let me tell you why.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it makes no sense because of all the other toxins in the world and in the cup and in the coffee and whatever. But in my mind, if I have a plastic top on my cup and I'm pouring hot coffee into my mouth, then the hot coffee is heating up the plastic top and just pouring plastic into my mouth more so than so I don't get a top when I get a to-go coffee.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Okay. And then Stephanie is so annoyed by me because I spill my coffee all day, all morning. Well, when we're on our walk, we'll be talking and having our coffee, taking our walk, and she'll hear me go, oh, shit. And then, and she looks at me and she's like, oh my God, why don't you put a top on? And I'm like, no, it's fine. And today, I haven't told her about this, but, I have my little cortado cup, which is so tiny.
Yeah.
And I lifted my hand up and if you're on YouTube, you can see the act out. Head on over this is very important. I have my little cup in my hand and I have an itch on my neck. And I used the hand that had the cup to itch on my neck. And the coffee came out of the cup, not just on my hands, but down my neck and on my shirt. And I was laughing so hard by myself because I was thinking if Stephanie was with me, she would be annihilating me because I'm like, it's a
Of course.
bad character. And
Right.
I think for sure this time I'm going to be able to finish our walk without getting coffee all over myself. And it's impossible.
It's very like Kramer almost. It's like a quirk that are sort of like, of course it poured down your neck. Like,
Of
but
course,
was it just
I'm scratching my neck with a coffee cup in my hand. Where else is it going to go?
a full lidless coffee?
Yes.
I always feel really free and thrilled when you're rushing out the door in the morning and you get in the car, in my case the Uber, and you have a mug of coffee.
Yeah.
And you bring the mug with you. That always feels really, really cool and bold. I like that.
Oh my God. There's so many times I didn't even mean to be cool or bold where I've just walked out our door with Stephanie and we're like halfway down the street and I'm like, oh my God, I have my coffee mug.
Yeah.
But I don't continue with it. I do bring it home because we usually walk for about an hour in the morning.
Do you mix up I want to say route, but would you say route?
I say route, but I know what a route is.
Yeah.
And so I know what you're asking me. And when I mix it up, I zigzag different streets at different times in different ways, but it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And I am such the mayor of the town. And I'm sure everyone in town is the mayor of town because there's so many regulars of this guy is always sitting at the coffee shop and this person's always having a meeting outside of that restaurant. And it's very like, hey, good morning. Oh, hey, how's it going? So it's a nice feeling.
That. I want to get to know my neighbors. I don't know any of them yet. They're mysterious to me, but I think it's because when I was a kid, my parents had this place in Greece and they lived there for like 5 years.
Wow.
And they were like, they made the mistake of getting to know all their neighbors right away. And it was a small village in Greece. And it was like constantly throughout the day, you'd hear, because my mom speaks Greek, and you'd hear these old ladies coming down the path. You'd hear their feet and they'd go, yeah, so Wendy, like that. And she'd be like, oh my God. It was always when she lay down for a nap or something. And they were so nice. They'd come with like honey or like some eggs from their chickens. And yeah, so Wendy, tikani, like that every morning. And so I'm like, what if I make two good friends with my neighbors and then...
Well, did I tell you about my relationship with my next door neighbor?
Maybe, tell me again.
Owen and his family.
Yeah.
They make the most delicious lentil soup.
Ooh, God, I didn't see that coming. Wow.
No, nor did we. And they put it in a jar on our front doorstep.
Oh, yeah.
And then Stephanie makes the most delicious vegan banana bread. And then in exchange, a few days later, we go put the banana bread on their front porch.
Yeah.
And so that's been
I love that.
Something that we've done for, almost 8 years.
God, that's nice. My thing is, my problem at the moment with my house is animals. And, I have my friend Matt and his girlfriend in the back house, Leslie. And Leslie
is an animal.
Leslie is a skunk. She's like befriended this stray cat, which is great. And he had worms and they got him medicine. Like they're really, and he's so friendly. His name is Dean. We name him Dean. And then, but she's getting a little bold and leaving him food out at night. And I went out the other day and it was like a Disney movie where, I'm not kidding, at the same time there was a skunk, a raccoon, and a possum. Like they were hanging out.
That sounds like the animal lottery to me. Like you pull the latch and all three of those show up.
Yeah, and they were all just hanging. Yeah, and it's too wild back there. Yeah. I'm like, this is getting crazy. There was an owl that kind of dive bombed Leslie. The raccoon's not scared of people at all. He gets, and they're sniffing around for the cat food. So I don't know. I got to lay down the law.
I have a friend that has just fully gone with it.
Oh, really?
Like with raccoons.
Oh, interesting.
And you should follow her. It is the most hilarious thing. Everybody would tell you, do not feed raccoons.
Yeah.
her entire back patio is like 10 raccoons, and they like bang on her door, and she calls them her children. She's so funny.
God.
I actually haven't seen a post of hers in a while, but I'm certain
she got eaten by raccoons.
Oh, probably. Yeah. I think also there's skunks in the mix, but she just goes for, she does not follow any rules. And I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to get upset hearing this and yell at us, but I'm not doing it. Becky is doing it.
This is not us. Yeah.
No. Yeah. But
they are cute, but until they're not, until they charge you.
Yeah. It's kind of like Thomas. He's
cute
until he charges. He will charge you.
He'll come at you.
I told you.
Around.
Yeah.
That's why you can't feed him too much, or else he'll get too comfortable.
But when you do feed him and you say, "You want a bite of this?" What does he say?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
You know what's smart? Checking Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds on car insurance. You know what's not smart? Not checking if you've got some doggy bags before taking the pup out for a walk. Let's all pitch in to keep the neighborhood sidewalks as clean as they can be.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
All right, let's hear it. First one.
Hi, Mae, Fortune, and Tig. This is Annie. My question for you is, if Shania Twain appeared in front of you and said, "Let's go, girls," where would you be going and who would you be going with?
Great question. Well, first of all, I'd have a little chat about gender. But Shania can call me, she can call me a girl. She can do no wrong. Wow. Okay. Who would you go with and where? I think I'm going to an amusement park, like a roller coasters. And I'm taking a lot of girls pics and and
you're gonna have your propeller hat on,
spinning on the coasters, and it's gonna be like a montage of, actually, can I say, and this is maybe TMI, but wait,
do you know my whole feeling about TMI?
No, tell me.
Well, TMI is too little information.
Yeah, you're right, I like it. I was in a sexual situation and I never know what music to put on, and this person put on a playlist, and Shania came on the list at a sort of crucial moment in the encounter.
Was it Let's Go Girls?
It was indeed, and it was really a good moment.
Oh,
she was like, "I'm gonna change the song," and I was like, "Don't."
What about Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under? Do you know that song?
No.
Oh, that's a Shania song.
Who's your sort of crew of girls, Tig, and what girls outing? I feel like for you it's that party bus with like
I mean, Mae is referencing a viral party bus video that happened. A lot of really fun friends were on that. Who was that? Glennon, Abby, Sarah Paulson, Holland Taylor. Yeah, and then Amanda Klutz. Who hugged you? Oh, yeah, Allison Janney. There was a whole gaggle of people. I mean, but not only did she hug me, she broke my ribs. And sent me flowers. But
that's the crew that you got to assemble, I think.
If I hear "Let's Go, Girls,"
if Shania,
I guess that's right. But also, I can't help but think, I mean, Shania. I'm so still deeply in the world of, Shania's song was Andrea and Meg's song. And I think if Shania said, "Let's go, girls," I would see that as an Andrea sign. Right. Yeah. I'd be like, we're going to Andrea Town. Yes. Yeah. And I would assemble our gals.
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do love me some Shania.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. She has so many hits that you forget about too.
So, in fact, some you don't even know. Yeah. Like, whose bed have your boots been under?
Yeah, I actually only know two. Should we hear Annie's answer?
Mm-hmm. Annie, give it to us.
My answer would be Ideally, maybe getting on a private jet with some of my girlfriends and going to somewhere crazy like Australia. But, if we were on a budget, perhaps just getting together with my mom friends and going to brunch without our children. Anyways, love you guys. You guys make me giggle every day on my way to and from daycare. Bye.
Oh, she was giggling on her way out.
Yeah. Have a little mimosa with your mom friends.
Yeah.
Or go to Rise Up Lights.
Right. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Australia.
Good thing Fortune's not on this episode, or else we would have been derailed with some Rise Up Lights, and Jennifer Lopez. I can't do it. I think the closest thing I have to my gaggle of girls is, as we've talked about, I have childhood friends that I'm very tight with.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably who I would take as well. I'd take, childhood friends.
You know what I'd do? I'd pack them all in the lesbian party bus and take them to a Shania Twain party or a concert. That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah. It's sad that neither of us picked handsome. Like you, me, and Fortune on an outing.
Let's go, ladies.
Yeah. Let's go, girls and May.
I used to do this stand-up show at the Improv. I think I actually was in a few different places when I first started out, and it was called Pretty Funny Women.
Okay.
And I used to call it Pretty Funny Women and Tig.
That's good. Mm-hmm. Listen, it's a spectrum.
Yeah, it sure is.
Should we hear another one?
I think we should.
Good morning, Fortune, May, and Tig. My name is Gabby, and I'm a pretty little lady who's originally from Wichita, Kansas. Shout out to my mama, who also listens to this podcast. I am looking for some advice as an aspiring artist. So recently, I started sharing my work on TikTok. I do spoken word poetry, and I find video footage online and edit it, and then I put my voice over it. My question for y'all is this. When you're putting out work for a wider audience, how do you stay true to yourself and not cave into pressure to maybe stay relevant or relate to a wider audience, even if that's not what you're truly wanting to do? So what I mean by that is I feel like there's a lot of pressure nowadays to burn and churn content, to post things to fit an algorithm or to stay relevant with more people. However, I only want to post work when I feel inspired and when something tickles my fancy and I want to share it with the rest of the world. And so I'm wondering, how do you stay grounded in yourself when there's all of these external pressures on you?
Well, Tig, I know you're an expert on TikTok.
Are you on TikTok, May?
No, I think that's passed me by. I think someone set me up a TikTok account and I haven't done it, but I relate to the question a lot. Like once you get on that hamster wheel of wanting to constantly have an output so that you can generate momentum, but I don't think that's a good approach. I think it's okay to go quiet and then only do stuff that it's tough though in this.
I think it just depends on what you're looking for. If you want to have that hamster wheel,
like financial security where you're like this
churning stuff out and but I can't make myself create things, but I certainly, I guess I could force myself, but I just don't enjoy that process. I like when I'm at an interesting place right now in that I have material that I haven't fully explored. It's just bits and pieces. And I was actually thinking this morning that I need to sit down and see how much deeper I can go with these concepts and just any other twists and turns I just haven't thought about. But like to actually sit down and force myself to find something funny, I can't do that. But if something, I could do that. I don't like to do that. But if something naturally strikes me, I make a note, I write it down, and then I explore it later. But I have to do it naturally or else it just does not feel good to me.
Yeah, I think I feel similarly. So maybe the answer for her though, if you're doing short form content with spoken word is like and you don't want to do it if you're not inspired.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than forcing yourself to do it, it's thinking laterally, how do I cultivate inspiration in my life? Like, how do I make that percentage of time that I'm feeling creative and sparkly, and what makes me feel like that, and how can I generate more of that feeling? Like, what people do I like collaborating with? That's always a good thing. If you're like, I got nothing, but you have a friend who makes you feel funny or creative, and you can get you out of your head. I don't know.
Yeah. I personally don't think it's good to think about, and this isn't like a negative against the audience, but I don't think it's good to think about them.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I do agree. Like, especially, well, just with my recent experience with Wayward, like pitching it, there was so much anxiety around.
Oh, Wayward? You mean the #1 show in the world?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There was so much anxiety around genre and tone and algorithms, and like is it a comedy or is it a thriller or a drama? And you do kind of have to tune that out and be like, well, it's a story and the tone will serve the story. And because otherwise you fall into like tropes and things.
Yeah, or you're just not connected at all to what you're doing. If you're thinking, oh, this is what is popular right now, or this is what everyone else is doing, or I don't know. I mean, I know it works for some. It just, you have to figure out if that feels right to you or not.
And it's easier said than done. And I know everybody's got to make a living too. But I just think when I think about the things that have really like lit me on fire as a fan of people, it's always weird. Like Pee Wee Herman was unlike anything, and he stuck to his guns there, or like, what a Twin Peaks, or you know what I mean? Things that were just so singular. Yeah.
And by the way, you accidentally just said the title of your next stand-up special.
I did? What was it?
I think you're going to be very excited to find out that your next comedy special is called Sticking to My Guns, and you're in a tank top.
Okay, we cracked it. and I've contoured the shit out of them. They're gleaming in the sticking to my guns.
Yeah, sticking to my guns. Bang, bang, in parentheses.
Really attract the NRA audience. And they'll be so disappointed when they turn it on.
But the right audience won't be disappointed when they see your guns. Hey, all right. Well, that was a fun episode. And that was a little tiny, pretty little episode coming straight to you from Tig and Mae.
Thanks for sending your questions. Keep sending them in. Submit your questions and advice requests to speakpipe.com/handsomepod. We would really appreciate it. We want to hear from you.
Well, and I have to say, to follow up on that last question, this podcast is a perfect example of doing what you want, doing what feels right. People have suggested, hey, interview people, or hey, what if you do this, or maybe you shouldn't do that. And it's not that we don't care about the audience. It's that as artists and performers, you have to make sure you're enjoying what you do.
Yeah, and that's always the thing that people end up connecting with. Yeah, the specificity.
Yes. So anyway, that just reminded me of that, because there's a million podcasts interviewing celebrities, and there's so many wonderful ones out there. But that's not what this show is. This show is exactly what this show is.
Exactly. It's dumb and it's fun.
It's fun, dumb, and silly. And
sometimes it's tear jerky.
Yes, every now and then.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. So submit your questions and advice to speakpipe.com/handsomepod. And also go to handsomepod.com for merchandise.
Yeah.
Share episodes that you love with friends that you love, family members you love, people you cannot stand. Send them an episode and say to join this handsome crew.
Yeah. I guess all that remains is to remind everyone to
keep it pretty handsome.
You know what's smart? Checking Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds on car insurance. You know what's not smart? Not checking what time the tour starts when you visit a new museum. The only thing I enjoy more than a museum is an expertly guided tour through a museum. So I'm going to be waiting in the lobby at 10 a.m. sharp.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
That was a HeadGum podcast.